Hey, this is Dr. Turner here. Just finished up with our first seminar here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sitting with Dr. Russ Rosen, and he came to our seminar and he was so excited about it, he brought about 5 other practitioners with him to participate in the seminar. So I thought I'd sit back and say, from a perspective for a person who may be interested in coming to learn more about QNRT, let's see what Dr. Rosen has about his experience in being here, and not only that, staying for some treatment as well.
Absolutely. First of all, I would say, it's so funny, we were just talking about this. One of the docs that I coach was on the fence of coming. He's in Australia. So then he emailed me. He said, well, how was it? And I said 2 thumbs up. And he goes, come on, mate, give me more than that. So that's what I'll do, give you more than that. Listen, if you're wanting to really help people in a much, much deeper level, this is profound work. It is absolutely profound work. And I'm just going to give my 2 cents, and I can be off here because this is the horse's mouth right here. I'm just telling you from my experience, all right? I've coached doctors all over the world, literally all over the world, Middle East, China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, all of Europe. I coach docs all over the world.
Right.
And I talk with them about the techniques that they use and the results that they get. I ask them oftentimes to please send me testimonials of their patients. My goal is to get that they have a fully internally referral practice.
Right.
Yes, we do marketing, but at some point it should be, if you're doing a great job, I believe it should be internally referral. And so I hear all the different kinds of techniques out there, and I've studied a lot of them myself, and obviously I'm a big fan of most everything out there. Everything gets results. That isn't the question. The question is, are there ones that can go deeper in areas that most of us cannot get to? And the answer is yes, and QNRT is one of them. And my opinion of that is something that I learned that I didn't understand. And I thought I understood it coming here, but I didn't understand. And it's the difference between the neurologic and the energetic. And this is a differentiation that I think can be lost on many if they don't really do energetic. Mm-hmm. But I do a lot of energetic work myself. And I thought I got this, and I thought this was, but it isn't. It's something dramatically different. It is directly dealing with the main head computer, which is the brain. That's right. And that brain is either functioning right or it's not. And if it is not functioning right, it affects everything. We live our life through our nervous system. We live our life through our brain. All of our experiences, as we know, as information is coming in, it's already tagged with emotions, neuropeptides. It's already gone through different lenses. So by the time it gets to our brain, we already have an experience that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
Right? So with this work, and I'll just check in on you, making sure I'm saying the right thing, is it true as we just simply go through the process, and it's a linear process. It is a simple, easy to learn process. 3 sections. 1, check the brain. 2, figure out these are the 3 things. Do those things, check in, clear it. It cleared it or it didn't. It's as simple as that. That's true story?
That is true story. The only difference is we use the word reset because it resets the nervous system and all the pathways from the brain to the body.
Absolutely.
Clearing it means that somewhere it went somewhere, we're not really sure where it went.
Good. Again, another great distinction.
Right.
Thank you. I didn't get that. But that's a rebooting of the computer.
Yes, it's a rebooting of the computer.
Got it.
It's a reset that occurs. So when that computer reboots in that 24-hour cycle, the brain is rebooting without that firing of that program that's in the brain. We constantly say is that your brain is wired to fire.
That's it, baby.
You might not have a choice of how it's firing right now, or your clients, based on whatever struggle they're going through.
So as an analogy, and we'll see if this is true or not, just because I'm having fun with this right now, is if I have faulty software that's not working well, either A, because it's too old, or B, it's got a virus or something like that.
Right.
And then I update it with a reset.
Right.
And then I have to reboot the computer, or else it doesn't take, right? So I wait the 24 hours, it resets, it reboots, and now I'm got the appropriate software. Now my system is running right. would that be similar to a reset?
That would be similar. In fact, when we talk about the limbic system, the hypothalamus is that software. It's equated to the software. It's the program that you run your emotions through.
Oh,
okay. And what we do is something called a hypothalamus reset, which is a reboot of the computer for that limbic system.
That's what that is.
That's what that is.
That's what that is. Got it. Cool. All right. Well, listen, we're going off on all these tangents here. Here's what I want to say. I've coached docs all over the world for 19 years now. I'm a technique nerd, technique freak kind of character. I learn all kinds of stuff. This is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, some of the most powerful work I have ever been exposed to, not only by just learning it, but by being here 2 days in a row, getting checked twice a day, and the depth, the speed at which this character right here gets right into it. I mean, it's like, hits a doorbell and it goes ding in my head, and I go, wow, yeah, and then he connects it, and I go, wow. Again, it doesn't take long. It's amazing how fast it is.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not talking fast 45 seconds, but I'm saying 10, 15 minutes, and it is life-changing kind of stuff. So if you're wanting to go deeper and you're wanting to get better results, if you're wanting to really help people have the best life possible versus chasing symptoms around that some of us feel that we've done, right? I'm not saying that every technique or anything like that. I'm saying if you're at a place where you feel that you're not getting the results that you had felt you were promised in the promised land of the work that you do, regardless of chiropractor, naturopath, osteopath, healthcare professional, if you're not getting the kinds of results, I cannot recommend enough that you come to this seminar and become proficient at it.
Thanks a lot, Russ. That means a lot. Your perspective is exactly what they need to hear out there. Because in my world, I know how to talk my talk. But in their world, what's the distinction or what's the difference? So again, I guess we could just briefly say is that you've been exposed to other type of work that will certainly deal with the stress or the emotional stress that affects people's health. What would you say that the significant difference is, because people will sometimes say, is this technique like this, or is this technique like this one? And we really say it really isn't anything like really any other thing that we know about. And certainly we appreciate all those techniques because everyone's out there trying to do the same intent, help others. But what would you say the distinction is based on other techniques that you may be aware of? That was the stark difference for you when you went through this seminar and went through this treatment.
Yeah, brain.
Brain.
I mean, that's it. And again, I'm fairly proficient at a bunch of great techniques. And I'll tell you this: my daughter, I sent my daughter to the guy that I coach, who does this work.
Does QNRT?
Because she had some stuff going on, and I said, you know what, honey, let me send you over there. And she had done a lot of work in some of this other style of work with more of the energetic kind of stuff. And I asked her, what's your experience? What's the difference between, I know you only had 4 sessions, and I know you've had years worth of some other stuff. And she was a big fan of this other stuff too.
Right.
And she said, in the other stuff, I felt like they were taking leaves off the tree. And in my 4 sessions, I felt like he took the tree out by the root.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I'm getting it. Getting it.
That's why we had to put quantum in front of the neurological reset therapy, because quantum means that a big shift occurs. It's not an energetic term. It means something big and unexpected occurs, and that's what clients will experience as well as yourself, is that there's a change that's significantly different, not only in the way you feel, but in the way you act and the way that you respond.
Absolutely. So, big fan. And if you want to really dive deep and help people get the results that you've always been hoping you can get, I believe that this can be one piece of the puzzle that you can add to what you're already doing, and it can really set you apart out there. It's the difference between the seahorse and the sawhorse. Let's not compete with the joint down the street. Let's set ourselves apart. Let's be different. Let's get the kind of results. And you never, ever have to worry about money, because we know what's going on in insurance, and it ain't going to get any prettier, right? This isn't covered by insurance. At least I wouldn't go for it.
It is not.
You know, people will pay cash for it because it's something completely different than anything else they've done before.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. That means a lot, and hopefully this will give you that distinction that you might be on the fence about whether you want to come to our seminars. You can find more information, so go to QNRT.com, and there's also plenty of information on there as well that might help you learn more about this journey of understanding the brain.
Bye,
Thank
gang.
you so much.